Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to revisit now the Winter's Peak event. Now that we fully completed all of 450, I did want to try out some different teams and synergies to see what would work. Obviously, if you guys caught my recent video just going through, this was a straight up auto team right here. The combination of Annihilators with Odin, Lady Deathstrike, and S.W.O.R.D. So it was really nice with this team because we didn't need Mephisto, we didn't need Skrull, and we did not need APOC. But I was more so interested, obviously, for those of you that don't have Odin unlocked. Yeah, that's the purpose of this video. We're going to try some different teams. I've kind of preset them already. I haven't tried them yet, but we'll just try them together and see if this works. And hopefully, for those of you that don't have Odin, that don't have Mephisto, hopefully some of these teams can work for you if you're also pushing all the way to 450 here. So, first team right here is going to be the combinations of Annihilator with Super Skrull. I think this is going to be probably one of the most common ones because if you don't have Mephisto or Odin, this is probably going to be the safest one to go to, obviously, because, you know, most of us are probably going to have already the Annihilators built up for Shadow King Trials. A lot of folks are going to be, you know, having Super Skrull access due to the completion of Dark Dimension 6. So I do want to start things off. I think going down the middle there, placing the exposure on Zombie Juggernaut makes most sense because not only can we do some, you know, obviously exposure there, but we can generate ability energy. We can also target the Apocalypse that's next to him with the turn meter. So Ultimus is going to be really important. You can see we're generating ability energy, and it's going to be pivotal for our Gladiator to essentially take the damage there from, oh my gosh. So Thanos endgame actually got taken out. So let's see if we can do anything about that here. Activating the ultimate from Gore. And yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be the Super Skrull show. He's probably going to have to carry this pretty hard. I was hoping for Thanos endgame to, you know, do a bit of bulk of the work. But yeah, we're up against, you know, Mephisto as well as APOC. So that makes this a tricky one for sure. Now we have to target Panda Pool. We are going to go ahead and activate the special once again. Love Gladiator's damage, but now he has trauma and disruption, so he's not really going to be able to do much for us per se. And now we're kind of relying on Super Skrull quite heavily. And keep in mind too, their Mephisto did not use his ultimate yet, so we're going to be watchful of that. But the good news is that the APOC has already ulted. But yeah, what makes this one kind of tricky is because our Thanos endgame was taken care of so early, and we really did need him a bit more than what we're getting right now. So that was unfortunate. Thanos endgame falling was not really part of the plan, but that would be the team that I would use to go through. I think it's possible to finish with it, but RNG is going to be involved. Now we have another variant team here. We're going to bring in Mephisto. We got Black Knight, Apocalypse, Old Man Logan, as well as Shadow King. I think this one does have a lot of hope just because of the fact that, obviously, with these characters, many of them being very, very powerful in the meta. But Black Knight's can give some natural protection. We got an enemy Mephisto that we're up against, but we also have our own Mephisto. And this time we do have Shadow King that's going to be giving us a bit of supportive capabilities. Even though he's not gear tier 19, I think gear tier 18 level 95 is going to be good enough to get the job done. And don't forget, Old Man Logan is a very, very safe choice here. So, yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to do the same thing. I do like targeting the zombie jugs just because of getting him down is better for the abilities, right? And we're one turn away from using Shadow King, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use a special there, and it's really Old Man Logan, you know, doing a lot of work as you can see here. And this time, we are in a better position than last time because now we were able to take down the taunt, and it'd be ideal if you can take down Panda Pool. That basically gets rid of all the taunts here. And like I said, I love the fact that we do have Black Knight, so he can give some natural protection. He's probably gonna sponge the hit from APOC, which he does. Very, very rewarding right there. But yeah, we're in a really good spot now. Half their team is taken care of. APOC, Black Knight did his job, and now the real enemy target is going to be the enemy Mephisto because we want to make sure we can get focusing on him. Now this is big. The ultimate on Shadow King is massive here. This is probably what's going to be kind of the deal breaker here, just because of the fact that he can actually give that support to the team. And you can just see right there, even though we don't have, obviously, the full Astral team with us, Shadow King alone is enough to give that additional protection. We got the additional damage and attacks from Old Man Logan. And like I said, Black Knight being amazing. That protection against the enemy APOC was massive, massive here, turning the tides of battle. So this is probably, you know, this is exactly what I would expect. It's going to probably be a showdown between the Mephisto and APOC, and this is why this mirror match, I think, has a lot of value here. It's unfortunate the first one did not work. I was hoping we could just get away with... I still believe it can work. It's just the RNG. I was not expecting my my Thanos endgame to get taken down like that. So unfortunate, but this team does hold a lot of promise here, though. So I think it's gonna be consistent. And then once you get the enemy, the Mephisto ultimate, it should be GG. I think just because of all the assisted attacks that you're getting from Shadow King and obviously Old Man Logan, and then taking that Mephisto ASAP is pretty important. Especially with the mind control attacks, pretty massive right there. And then it becomes 4v1, and you can just call it good game right there. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, the stun doesn't land obviously, but now we're just kind of playing the clock here. So yeah, I think this team's good. I don't know if I would change anything, to be honest, because it still required a little bit of. And keep in mind, my characters are built up. With the exception of Shadow King, all the other characters will get tier 19 already. So obviously you need to build it up quite a bit. Okay, so that's team number 2. Unfortunate that first one did not work. And then last but not least, this should be a slam dunk. Odin Plus, you know, one of the meta teams like Spire Society, Orcus in this case I'm using. I think maybe Night Stalkers or Extreme that would probably have value, but mine are not built up for my Night Stalkers. And I do feel like this one has a good amount of synergy, especially with Orcus, and you don't technically need Omega Sentinel, so I think this one is going to be really good. Start things off, obviously, with the Scientist Supreme Ultimate there. And just to place those debuffs there, right? And I think the most obvious choice here is we're going to activate the special. Just because you can place an ability block there on the Zombie Jugs. And the mass AoE as well. And yeah, obviously the swipes. I think we're going to target the right side this time because... Lady Deathstrike being able to inflict some bleeds on Mephisto, he's obviously the pain point, as you guys haven't noticed from all the playing here. So pretty big. Oh, but he went straight for Sentinels. Oh my goodness. So this might be another close battle, but Odin does a pretty good job countering everyone. So it's gonna be interesting. I think the passive attacks are gonna be massive, and then obviously having both Lady Deathstrike as well as Scientist Supreme still available on our team is big because now we're gonna be able to do the passive attacks. Lady Deathstrike still hits like an absolute truck. And those dodges keeping her alive. And now we just need to make sure that we target Mephisto. So once again, I do feel like this one is still going to have a bit of RNG if the turns don't go our way. But landing the Odin ultimate, pretty big here. Because the damage is going to be massive. And now we are able to get the assisted attack there. Mephisto being very close to being finished. And is it going to be the passive attack that takes him down? Oh, Death Proof just got removed. So down to the wire. But yeah, Odin almost naturally just being good enough with this team is your third option. So very good. I want to see what else I got left here, because that was 3 teams. But yeah, I think that's basically everything that I can think of in terms of just being relevant in the meta, right? If you just go through and take a look at what the not on cooldown teams are, right? We got Spire Society, we got Illuminati. So yeah, I don't know if any of these teams are good enough, to be honest. I mean, I just don't think their synergies are enough. But if there is, guys, I'll let you know in the meantime. But yeah, that in a nutshell, guys. 3 teams that utilize basically some of the best characters in the team, in my honest opinion. So hopefully this is helpful, guys. Let me know if this one works for you. I feel like this one should have worked, but it's just unfortunate that the Apocalypse Ultimate actually landed on my Thanos endgame, and that would have been a difference maker if you could proc his passive. So that was big. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully this is helpful. 3 different teams that can hopefully get you to the finish line here for the 450, utilizing mixtures here of Odin, Mephisto, as well as S.W.O.R.D where applicable. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.